Hello everyone, today I will tell you about one of the most anticipated crossovers of the coming years, the new generation BMW X5 M. But before we start, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel and like this video. This will help promote the content and you will always be aware of the latest news from the world of cars. So, let's go! BMW has seriously taken up the development of the new generation X5, and at the moment we already have up-to-date technical information, especially on the top end version X5 M. As expected, the model will be built on a modified CLAR platform, familiar to us from the current generation. It is an architecture capable of supporting both gasoline and hybrid power plants, and in the future fully electric. However, the Germans chose a different path for the X5 M. Initially, it was assumed that the new X5 M would retain the classic V8 setup, complemented by a mild hybrid, a 48-volt starter generator, and a small battery. This approach would increase the response of the engine, slightly reduce fuel consumption, and meet modern environmental standards. The weight of the car would have increased slightly, and the fans would have been pleased, because under the hood is still the same familiar V8 with a double turbo. However, the situation has changed. According to one of the insiders close to the development of the new generation X5, BMW decided not to develop a separate powertrain for the X5 M. The reason is the success of the new hybrid M5, which, despite gaining more than half a ton in weight compared to the previous version, is in very high demand. This was a signal to management that customers are not so much interested in technical specifications on paper, as in the general feeling, technology, and image. As a result, the new X5 M is likely to get the same hybrid setup as the M5, a 4.4-liter S68 gasoline engine paired with an electric motor, an 8-speed automatic from ZF, and an xDrive all-wheel drive system. The total power will be about 720 horsepower, and the torque will be 1,000 Newton meters. Such figures are impressive, but they come at the price of weight. According to preliminary estimates, the new X5 M will weigh more than 2,600 kilograms, which is 300 to 400 kilograms heavier than the current model. In fact, we get something in between X5 M and XM. Such a crossover may lose momentum on the track, but it will certainly add to comfort, traction, and adaptability. BMW believes that this is exactly what modern buyers expect: luxury, power, confidence on the road, and all this with a light electric spice that makes the car relevant in the eyes of regulators and fans of new technologies. It is also worth noting that a similar approach can be implemented on other models of the M line. There are already rumors about X6M hybridization, as well as possible new versions of X7 and even X8 in the future. BMW is thus shaping a whole new era of powerful but heavy-duty SUVs with a focus on hybrid technology. Do I like this trend? To be honest, not really. With increasing weight, lightness, manageability, and part of the driver's essence, which M models are so fond of, are lost. But demand determines the market. People continue to buy these cars despite the growing mass, and BMW simply follows its audience. It's a business. And how do you feel about this area of development? Do you think that the hybrid X5 M is a step forward or a rejection of the principles of real M cars?